Just had a big old whoopsie here. Let me fix my stuff here really quick. Go up just a little bit, and I have to go grab my phone because I just kicked it. I'll pause that. All right, try that again. All right, welcome to slightly below mediocre sports, where it seems like my settings change every time I stream. So here we go. We're gonna try to do this again. We got a pretty decent. Easy day, just some tempo work. The number we're looking for says 215, I think, but we're gonna see if we can get her up around 230, depending on how we feel, for sure. You know, I don't want to hammer myself into dirt right off the bat, but we'll see if we can get a little bit of higher number for coach today. Thank you for the like, Dean. Hope you're having a good morning. I choked down my cup of coffee this morning and threw in my piece of gum, and now I'm ready to go for my quick little ride here. So it should be pretty good. I think I'm gonna run and try to get one of these sprints on the back end of the workout. Let me make this bigger here. See if that'll help. Here we go. Pardon me, but if my two efforts go well, I was told that I could sprint a little bit, and this course here has a sprint, so I might as well give it a shot, you know. See how the arm feels. I don't want to push it too hard and start ripping side to side or put a whole bunch of force on it. So we might keep the watts below probably 1100, 1000, just to make sure that that's okay. So I'm sorry, I'm still new at all this streaming, so I have to check in and make sure that I'm doing it right and that it sounds right. Sometimes I'm way off. Seems like it's going okay. Excuse me. Coach got us on a quick workout this morning. Quick workout and warm up. Only 5 minutes. And then a 5-minute cool down. And these, so if you've never watched a cycling stream before, I'll just try to explain this the best I can here in about 40 seconds. So, right here, this red line is my heart rate. This green, or this gray line right here represents the power zone I'm in. If you look up to the top up here, you'll see it says 5-minute warm up, and it's in gray. You'll see that this power zone is in gray here. Pardon me. When we start the real warm up here, The 4 minutes at 190 watts is in blue because that's zone 2. The 1 minute for 230 is in green because that's zone 3. So I'm going to add a couple gears here and get spun up and settle at 190 if we can find it. There we go. Excuse me. Cool thing about my coach is he is good for like a 10 watt difference. So if he asks for 190 and I give him, you know, anywhere from 180 to 200, he's happy. So that takes a little bit of the stress off. Excuse me. But I also have to take into consideration that the last time I took an FTP test, I was a little bit weaker than I am now. And I haven't taken one in a while, probably 2.5 months, because I had shoulder surgery in January. So instead of putting a whole bunch of stress on my arm and doing a PT test or a FTP test right out of the gate, my coach is cool with me riding at numbers that I know are comfortable. So if we have our 15-minute efforts here at 215 watts, and I feel like I can get 230, he appreciates me trying to get more out of the workout or push myself to make sure the workout works for me. Since the numbers may be low, a little more watts is not necessarily a bad thing. This is just a nice, easy warm up. We'll throw it over into the big ring for 230 watts and cruise there for a minute. Morning, Doc. Hope you're doing well, brother. Thank you for the like. I really appreciate it. Cycling with Doc, you're the man. If you can and you're sitting here bored, watch me do a warm-up. Head over to Cycling with Doc on Facebook and drop him a like and a follow if you wouldn't mind. He does all the wild stuff, all the longer rides and sprints on people, has puke and rallies. He's the way to go. I'm one of those boring workout guys. Where are you out of, Dean? Taking a few days off can be good for the mind sometimes, and the body. from the UK. Well, right on, man. Thank you for checking in, spending some time. I got two 15-minute efforts today. Kind of easy, 215 watts. I'll see how I feel. Excuse me. After the first one, like the first 10 minutes of the first one, and it might ramp it up a little bit, get some more watts out of it. Yeah. So my coach said he freed up all Sundays, or all Saturdays. So all of my Saturdays now say ride with the homies. So I told him that I got my ass whooped by you, Doc, out there on the Hout Route or Hoot Route, whatever it's called. And so he started giving me a little bit longer style efforts to do. So for Saturday, I can kind of keep up with you guys a little better. Thank you for the like, Kylie, appreciate it. Hope you're having a good morning or day. Shoulder's good. It's always sore when I wake up in the morning. Like it's super stiff. And I think I just can't get comfortable to sleep because I really like to sleep on my left side. And it's my left shoulder that's frigged up. So, like I have to sleep on my back and then I don't get much sleep. And then I try to sleep on my right side and I just can't get comfy. So when I wake up in the morning, it's stiff and like angry, you know, like morning shoulder wood almost, you know. And so I do my stretches and everything. I have a broom handle and I do like external rotation. I do a whole bunch of like shoulder raises and arm swings and stuff to get it loosened up. But it's doing good. It's tired from riding the bike because I really didn't do anything with my shoulder for 5 weeks probably. I couldn't. I was in a sling, and whenever I took it out of the sling, it was like, it felt like, I don't know how to explain it. If you've ever broken a bone and you take it out of the cast, and when it's moving, you're like, this is weird. And that's just what it was. It was just trying to get used to the motion and being able to actually use it again. Because for the first couple days when I walked around the house and I didn't have my sling on, I'd still walk like this. So I was like trying to guard my shoulder. And then eventually I started being able to like walk like this, and then now I can let it hang. And dude, my shoulder is smooth as glass. Like the joint in there is so smooth. Oh my goodness. Before, like if I tried to do this, my shoulder would be like pop, 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 and like dislocate and do all kinds of stuff. And the only way that I had any stability was like rocking my shoulder blade back, my scap, and holding on like, and that muscle would hold my shoulder in enough to ride. But now this one feels good. It's still weak, you know, of course, but it feels a lot better. Oh, 2:15, so be one of those rides that'll wear on you. Death by 1,000 cuts. Death by 220 watts. I watched a video. I can't remember where it was at now. But there was a guy that held like 430 watts for almost 17 and a half minutes, because he went after somebody's KOM, and he was 400 watts plus. I believe it was 415 plus for 17 minutes and 22 seconds. What? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea to build a good baseline and get your muscles used to being super crazy and fatigued. Yeah, 440, why? Like, holy shit. And that Robert Forsman, the German sprinter, right? He held 700 watts for a minute, 2 minutes, I think, and made toast through a toaster. And then, like, 3/4 of the way through the effort, when he couldn't hold the seated power anymore and he stood up, he was like ripping that freaking bike apart. Yeah. 440 watts is big boy stuff. That's big boy stuff. I was hoping he was gonna break it. I was like, you break that bike, Robert. You break it. He didn't, he let me down. And his toast was like medium rare, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be picky about it. Yeah. Yeah, like 440 watts that's a lot, man. 1/4 of a horsepower. That's what I was hoping for. I hope he'd break it. So at this part of the ride, my brain's telling me that my legs are okay, everything's all right. But we have to remember that we are not even 3 minutes into a 15-minute effort, so we can't be going crazy yet. Once we get around to maybe the 9-10 minute mark, we can find a comfortable power maybe to hold at the end. But for the most part, I'm going to listen to these watts here and get a gauge on what I can do versus what I can do and then what I can hold. Because if you've watched the Hout Route video, I had to hold 280 watts for like 6 miles, and then after that I was gone. So we don't need to keep doing that. Man, so the trash guy's coming around and he's like slamming the bins around and stuff, and I wasn't ready for it. It got me a little bit. Woo. But we're just cruising here. This is comfy, you know? Nothing too wild and crazy. I've gained a lot of strength since my last FTP test, even though I was in a sling and kind of jacked up. So we're gonna wait till my arm gets back to close to 100% before I take another FTP test. But if I know that my FTP is a little higher now than it was when I took these tests, then I should be able to hold a couple watts more than prescribed. Excuse me. So for all of you that don't know, I blow my nose on the left side of my towel, and I wipe my face with the right side, and I spit into a bucket, my puke bucket. I don't just spit on the floor, in case any of you were wondering. So I'm not going to try to add more power necessarily. Yeah, that short ramp test is like a way to get out of a shitty workout, you know? But a real FTP test is fart, man. I hate those so much. Right, is FTP your functional threshold power for 20 minutes? Not an hour? So what I started doing here is we were about 8.5 minutes in, and instead of adding more power, I just tried to get my RPMs up. And if I can hold a higher RPM, then I'll be able to hold more power to a certain point, right? Pretty soon you spin out. But what I'm saying is I'm concentrating on cadence and not power. Try to keep it between 98, 99, maybe even 100. Oh, 304 for an hour there's no way. I could do it. I'm sure you could. You're a monster. And that's your grind, you know? So I like the high cadence too, to a point. Hey man, it's a good goal to set, you know? Like, why not? Just tapping in here with 5 minutes to go. pick the cadence up a little bit. Yeah, for sure. It's not the best. The best way to do an FTP test is out on the road. That's where you get the best judge of how you do, obviously, is on the road. Just like in a car, right? You have the engine that produces power, i.e. legs, and then that power is distributed through a transmission, right? i.e. gears on the bike. And from the engine to the transmission, there's power loss, right? And then from the transmission to the driveline or the chain, you're going to have power loss. And then to the hub is like, 10, 15, maybe more percent of the power that you're putting out of your legs. Well, the new Corvettes, like, if you look at how a Corvette is built, at least the later models, their engine and transmission are one unit, basically. And that reduces a huge amount of heat loss. And so they lose less horsepower from the crank, the legs, to the wheels, the trainer, because there's less moving parts. Let's add one and see how we feel. See if we can get the RPMs up. Not really worried about power. $99, $100 feels good on the legs. I'm not binding anything up. I'm not bouncing around too much. First one done. Little hamstring stretch in there. Perfect. Now recover. So now I want that heart rate to drop as fast as possible. So I'm going to find the watts I need to get at here. And I hate this number. But so I get in here, settle in close. Big breaths in. Big breaths out. Make sure to get all of the air out of the lungs, because what happens when we're working out, we get excited, hyperventilate, right? We take big, deep breaths, but we don't blow all of the air out. So, I don't know the exact numbers, but let's just use it for instance. Say you take a big, deep breath, and that's 100% fills your lungs. If you don't breathe all of that air out, say 15% of that air stays in your lungs, that already used air. Then you try to take a big or deep breath, because you can't, you're struggling, right? Then, instead of getting 100% of your lungs filled, you only get 85% of your lungs filled, right? And now your body's like, oh damn it, you're running out of air. So what happens is your body takes a big breath in, little breath out. Big breath in, little breath out. And over time, you're not getting any good air. So it's important to remember to breathe all the way into your diaphragm when you inhale, and then always blow all the air out. It's as important to exhale as it is to inhale. Still playing. So you got to get all the air out. And before I race, I don't know if it's a deal or not, but I take huge deep breaths, like the biggest deep breath that I can take, and then I like suck more air in. Like I'm like, and completely pull in as much air as I can, and try to basically flood my body with oxygen, so that when I start the race, I'm already full of oxygen. I have a higher O2 saturation to burn than if I was just sitting there idle, having panic attacks, waiting for the race to start, you know what I mean? And pack a little more water in. Get ourselves spun up here. Oh, probably just do this guy right here in this gear for a little while. So I hope everybody's having a good morning or afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. I appreciate you spending some time at slightly below mediocre sports. Don't claim to be great, but definitely not the worst. I need to find a better gear than that. I like that. Only took us forever to get settled here. Just nice and easy here to start. No need to. Hey little one, how are you? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, we're just settling in, getting comfortable here, trying not to get excited and blow the wad early. I don't want to feel like I can hold a higher number than I really can 12 minutes into the ride or the effort and then totally blow up the last 5 minutes. Not worth it. Doesn't do anything good for me really, so trying not to. Sometimes I get excited though, you know. I think what I need to do is like upgrade my equipment on here, on Zwift. I have like the base model, everything. I never really did it for speed. But if I'm out here riding with you nerds, I might as well change my stuff around so I can hang on. I know you got the Tron bike, Doc. Yeah, I'm going to. I don't know how to spend these like sweat dollars or whatever. But I know I upgraded some stuff, I just haven't used it. Oh, okay. I'm on the Specialized Deleuze. Excuse me. Okay, I'll check it out. Maybe when I'm done with the effort. Yeah, when I'm done with this ride, I'll check into it here. See what I got going. Maybe if I do it fast enough, we can go for a sprint and test it out. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly where they're at, I just haven't messed with them. Alright, I appreciate it. Right here with Johnny Chimpo, it looks like. Okay. I appreciate it. See which ones I have. I'm gonna add one here. Ease it up to a good cadence. See what we can do with it. Thank you for the like, Jason. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good day, man. Trying to crank it up here the last 5 minutes or so. getting a little tougher, but that's good. Trying to push it here, see if we can hold. Thank you for the like, Fernando. Hope you're having a good afternoon, dude. Can't get away from them. Come on, up. Whew. They didn't have to go. Bah. Well, that was something. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Cycling with Doc on Twitch. Gotta get these RPMs up, otherwise this cool down doesn't do nothing. So here in a few minutes, I'm gonna try to switch my stuff around on my bike on this game. See if we can, excuse me, get a better one going. Excuse me. Not very many people around this morning, Doc. We're missing Ellie. Okay. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's crazy. There might be some other cyclists doing their workouts this morning, but good morning, Ellie. Speak of the devil. Hope you're doing good, man. I watched a couple of your guitar videos, man, and you're talented. So, good job, man. Some face melters going on. Dig it. But we just got done with a couple 15-minute efforts. So what we're gonna do now is once I get done with this cool down, I'm gonna change some bike stuff around. Yeah, I dig it. I like that style of music, so it's cool. Cool to see somebody actually play it, you know? I'm gonna change some stuff around on my bike here on Zwift and see if I can get it to go any faster. I kind of had the base model bike with the base model wheels, all that crap. And then I'm gonna turn around and see if I can do something with this sprint up here. Not gonna take it too hard on the arm because I want to make sure that it lasts for a while. Let's see what we could do. We had some nice prolonged efforts, so I think we got a good sprint left in us, especially if we do a little spin and a little recovery action on our way to the sprint zone. I think we'll be good. But when I do all this stuff, I'm gonna pause my Garmin and pause this stuff, so if you be patient, I really appreciate it. We're learning new things, doing new things, and I got cycling with Doc here to help guide me through. But I think I got a pretty good idea of what to do. We'll see how we accomplish this under pressure, huh? So I'm gonna pause this here, 55. So usually what I do, like my sprints, my races are like 1 minute and 5 seconds long. So I practice my 5, 20, 30, and 30 second and 1 minute powers to build power over time. So it looks like the TT bike, right? What do you think, Doc? Well, if you have the TT bike, then you don't draft, but I'm not really worried about draft. So I don't know if what you're thinking other than what I have right now would be any better, would just be the GT bike. So what's this? Alright. Other than the Zwift Carbon, but it's the same as this shoe mid here. Where you at, dog? Alright, well, cool. So we'll go GT bike. Trekkie Monda for flat mixed. Okay. Tarmac Pro for climbs. Makes sense. So we'll run with these Zwift wheels. Be my handy dandy thing here. What I need to do is invest in a mountain pad. Okay. Boom. Boom. I guess I just GT bike is lame. Monda for flat mixed, Tarmac Pro for climbs. I don't even think I have. I guess what, you buy those? Drop shot. This is what we're looking for. Look at this stuff. Too bad they don't have yeah, I'll pay for that. Too bad they don't have whatchamacallit, head. Head cycling is my favorite wheel. That's what I have on this bike. Do they have any felt bikes? Yes. I have the AR, but I guess I can't ride it yet. God dang it. You said Shrek. Madone. No, but you. Let's see here. Scott, I like Scott bikes, are pretty good. MV3-4s. Osmo, Foil. Shed scraps of one soul. The blindfold tears into the eyes. You said MV3-4s. Let's check out the wheels. MV3-4s. Arrow, wait, yeah, they're heavy. I got these 808s. They be light. So then, let's see here. I'm just gonna get a frickin' bike and go see if I can sprint on somebody. I like BMC bikes, they're pretty dope. Cannondale has a cab. Synapse. Set. I just wish I was high speed enough to get that those felts, but I guess I'll have to work on that. Now that I know what I gotta do. Courtship of chemical and grown, locked into unions of demand. Track my down. Alright. Tissue the tendon, congeal to seal my catacombs, secrete the soul from rancid land. Do I have the bike? Yep. I'm gonna save my bike ride here. And start a new one. I'm going to see now here where these sprint points are because I'm a big dumb dummy. I'm trying to load the Zwift companion app as we speak here. He's giving me a little bit of an issue, but we'll work through it. Here we go. So we need to turn around. Hey Doc, if you're still there, do we need to turn around to hit the sprint or do we just keep going straight? Because it looks like, well, I guess no, we keep going straight right here through this little town, I guess. Right there. So I'm going to come up on it and I just need to turn around up there. So, let's see how this sucker rolls. What's up, Ray? Hope you're having a good day, man. Yeah, I think so too, because if I keep going this way, at least it says on this map here that it'll like take me up and I circle back around. So that's what I'm going to do. I know, dude, I don't pay attention to where I'm going at all. I'm just trying to do the effort, you know? Well, it seems like this bike is pretty quick. My dude seems to like it. I'm gonna roll up here and try this sprint out. I'm not gonna try to completely kill myself because I don't want to hurt this arm, this guy. But I'm gonna give it a little something, something. See if we can crack the top 10 maybe. So here should be, I think, the end of that sprint segment right here. And then we go, wow, that was a weird shoulder movement. Then we go this way, keep going, and then we can get a friggin' run at her. Yeah, so we can get a run at her so that when we start up here, we're hitting it with pow, with some pow. I gotta spit this gum out before I frickin' choke on it when we do this thing. Yeah, I think that's my idea. It's not just not worry about turning around. Just go up here and circle around until I hit it naturally. Yeah, they do. It seems like that's what most people come out here to do. A whole bunch of sprinters. I'm by no means the fastest one, but try to put up a little bit of a fight, you know? So we're getting turned around here. Get rid of that gum. I don't want to choke on that. That'd be embarrassing. I kept hitting my mouse on my board. Woo! I know. Whew. Well, good thing is, my workout tomorrow is 10 sprints, 10 30-second sprints. So, thanks, man. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's oh, I lied. Tomorrow's a recovery spin. And then on the 4th, have 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, times 4. Then 10 minutes at 180, and then 30 seconds hard, 30 seconds easy times 4. So it's 4 hard 30-second sprints back to back, and then a 10-minute active recovery, and then 4 hard ones back to back. All right, man, you have a good one. I'm done here too. I'll check you guys a little bit later.